Thanks for joining us for Illumination Network Sports Extra. I'm Spencer Bohm.
And I'm Tia Calvin. The men's golf team has recorded its second straight runner-up finish in the ASUN Championship. Senior Dawson Armstrong shot the lowest round for the second straight year. Fellow senior Eric Ansett tied for third. The team's camaraderie this year has been just as noticeable as its talent. Illumination Network's Spencer Bohm has this story about how two of the seniors developed a love for the game early on.
The men's golf team is stocked with talented players, led by Coach Will Brewer, but their camaraderie is just as noticeable as their talent. Illumination spoke with seniors Jake Dines and Hunter Howell about how the seniors developed a love for the game early on.
I went to my first golf camp or whatever when I was 4, but I wasn't supposed to be there until I was 8. But now I just kind of picked it up and started playing because my dad played a lot.
For me, back in England, there's no such thing as college golf, so I didn't really know what I was getting myself into as such. I understood that college athletics was a huge thing.
At the Richland Country Club, Lipscomb finished in second place to Rice by just 5 strokes. Senior Dawson Armstrong tied for first place on the player leaderboards at 5 under. But when we spoke with Dines and Howell, they took us beyond just the game. Despite growing up in completely different backgrounds, both men shared the same love for golf, and both experienced numerous transitions on their journeys to becoming college athletes.
Just sort of thought that my golf game was good enough, and I quickly realized that it wasn't. There was a huge jump in transition from high school golf and even playing golf back at home to here in the US. And that took some adjustment time, especially with the greens. Completely different grass, but that's a whole nother story.
Golf may be an individual sport, but in the NCAA, teammate strokes are combined. This requires the players to work separately, but also as a unit, and to give a strong performance every time they step on the course. Although competition may be key, both seniors also said that they have much fondness for inter-squad rounds.
I prefer competition, but there's nothing more enjoyable than playing with your buds.
So you are still playing with your friends, and there is an element of the social aspect, but there is still that competitive drive.
Reporting for Illumination News, this is Spencer Bohm.
The Bisons hope to hear their name called during the NCAA Regional Selection Show on May 2nd.
The men's soccer team hosted Music City's newest professional sports club to prepare for 2018. Lipscomb lost 2-0 to Nashville Soccer Club, but head coach Charles Morrow says it was a good experience for his team.
If something goes wrong in practice or something's not exactly right, or somebody misses their mark defensively or doesn't put away a chance, there's guys scream at each other in practice just like, hey guys, we have Nashville SC in a couple weeks. They're professional players, so they're obviously a little bit nervous in how they're going to compare and stand up to that. A good barometer for them to just see where they were at, and a good barometer for us as a team to see where we're at the time. That experience in terms of growing our players into the players they can be and just dealing with the mental side of the game.
Lipscomb played against a familiar face in goal against Nashville SC, former Bison Micah Bledsoe, who had 3 saves.
The men's track and field team captured second place in the ASUN Indoor Championships this semester. Both the men and women turned in strong performances in Tennessee, Georgia, Virginia, Kentucky, and Pennsylvania in April. Assistant coach Marcus Evans says he's optimistic about the upcoming outdoor championships.
Second place team performance, at conference. It was great just for our guys to do that well, and just really excited for outdoor. Feels like we have a lot of momentum coming from indoor. Hardest part about coaching is probably just dealing with different personalities, different types of people on a daily basis. One of my short sprinters might need something different than one of my long sprinters, and just trying to get the best out of everyone is probably the hardest thing to do.
The ASUN Outdoor Championships are May 11th in Jacksonville.
This year's men's basketball team went where no previous team has gone before, to the NCAA tournament. By winning the ASUN tourney, the Bisons garnered a 15 seed in the Big Dance and faced number 2 seeded North Carolina.
Illumination Network's Kelly Cunningham is in studio with the head coach and one of the players to talk about the season.
Thank you very much. I'm joined with Coach Casey Alexander and sophomore guard Andrew Fleming. Thank you very much for joining us. Coach, early in the season, you had losses against eventual teams, Alabama, Texas, Purdue. How did you prepare for the rest of the season after those games?
Well, those were tough games against really strong opponents, and so that was part of the reason for playing those games, is we felt like it would prepare us well for the rest of the season, and it did. I felt like by the time we get to the NCAA tournament, we were very well adjusted to anybody we were going to have to play.
In January, you followed up a 3-game lose streak by winning 12 out of your next 13 games. Talk about how the team developed during that time.
Well, anytime you go through that kind of adversity, you have to kind of reassess and get back to basics in a lot of ways. Our team played with great confidence all season long. We felt like we had a lot of maturity and experience that we relied upon during that time, and just found a way to get it back underneath us, and just played well from that point on.
Andrew, coming from Iowa and playing for the Hawkeyes, and you played 2 games in the NCAA tournament. What advice did you give your Bison teammates after coming into the NCAA tournament?
I just told most of the guys to just enjoy the moment, to go out there and have fun and to play hard and to play smart. And I just remember telling them just to go out there and have fun.
What were your favorite memories from the tournament this year?
From this year is just being able to be with a group of guys I really care about, and being very fortunate to be able to play this season and to play for Coach Casey, and just very fortunate to be able to experience this opportunity.
Coach, I'll ask you too. What were your favorite memories?
My favorite part was just seeing the whole Lipscomb community come together and enjoy, the recognition that we got for going to the tournament. Naturally, we invest a lot of time with these players and staff, and so the reward itself, just for getting to go, was nice. But it was bigger than that, and that was enjoyable for me.
Mm-hmm. Now, looking ahead towards next season, talking about Nathan Moran coming back and also your incoming freshmen, what do you expect for the team next year?
We'll have high expectations. Just coming off such a great season this year, and the nucleus of our team coming back, and then we add some new pieces as well. As you mentioned, it'll be exciting to walk into the season knowing that we've got the chance to do something that we've never done before, to continue to elevate our program and take the next steps.
Also, congratulations on being Skip Prosser Man of the Year. It's very exciting. Talk a little bit about that and how you accepted.
Coach Prosser was a very well-respected, very accomplished coach, and so to be recognized for that award was exciting, humbling for me for sure. Don't know who nominated me or who voted, but I was happy to receive it.
Andrew, what are your goals for next season?
My goals for next season is to figure out how I can learn from what I did this year, and see how I can get better in the off season, in terms of all the things that me and Coach Casey have talked about. And I'm looking forward to getting better on and off the court and seeing how I can contribute in every way possible next year.
Okay, and before we end, I have to ask one video game question.
Okay.
I know your team is very invested in Fortnite, so where is your ideal place to land?
Well, as long as it's before 11 o'clock at night in the hotel on a road trip. If I were playing Fortnite with my teammates, I'd have to land at Tilted Towers. Okay. I'm a big action guy. I love, getting in there and getting busy right away. So
it's an automatic win?
Automatic.
Coach, Andrew, thanks for joining us again. Now back to the desk.
Thanks, Kelly. The Bisons will return all 5 starters next fall, which will be Alexander's 6th season at Lipscomb.
The Lady Bison's softball team has over 25 victories so far this season. Laura Vento of Illumination Network has this story about how the team hopes to keep the momentum strong as it heads into the postseason.
This board represents what our team attitude kind of is, and it's one that we came up with at the beginning of the season back in January of what our motto was for the year, and then what that looks like and what it doesn't look like. We chose now as in we want to be in the moment and mid to major, as we're a mid-major school, but we want to be in the major kind of thing. Why not now kind of thing is why not us? I mean, yeah, we're not a huge D1 school, but why can't we just be as successful and competitive as those schools? I think that without the team dynamic, we would have a losing record, honestly, and that's I think the team dynamic really has helped us to come together and push through those tough wins. We've had a lot of one-run games and games that can switch over at any moment, and I think that team dynamic has helped us to get past those obstacles.
Catch the Lady Bisons this May in the ASUN Conference Tournament, and for upcoming women's softball events, visit lipscombsports.com. For Illumination Network, this is Laura Bento.
The Bison baseball team has had its share of highlights this spring despite its losing record. Last month, it won a series against Michigan and beat 8th-ranked Vanderbilt 5-1. Seeing a game at Dugan Field remains a favorite pastime for Lipscomb students and alumni.
I'm a huge baseball fan, and I'm here all the time, every single game, to support our Bisons. And I don't have any friends on the team, but I support Bisons.
I'm just enjoying this beautiful day out here on Lipscomb's campus. I'm actually an alumni, and I've been to several baseball games here, but today is a perfect day, and it's a great place to bring the pup.
The ASIN tournament starts May 23rd in Jacksonville. You can find our coverage of the Bisons at LuminationNetwork.com.
And for complete stats, scores, and stories about all of Lipscomb's teams, go to lipscombsports.com. Thanks for joining us on Illumination Network's Sports Extra.
See you next time.